Today I'm gonna be doing a review on a 2018 Mustang GT. As people who are watching, this year of Mustang is different than the 15 through 17, and I'll show you why. Okay, so here goes the engine bay of the 2018. The major differences between the 15 through 17 is one, the compression was bumped from about 10 to 1 to a 12 to 1 that this motor has. This is now a direct injection. Plus, I found out that the injectors, each cylinder now has 2 injectors, so each side has 8 versus the previous model, which just had 8 for the entire motor, while this one will have 16. And the displacement on these motors also went up versus the previous Coyote. But as you can probably tell, this motor does have a few aftermarket parts that greatly improved this car. From the tires, E85 cold air intake, as you can see, and then this car is also tuned. So I would love to see how the 10-speed reacts to being tuned. As you can see, the headlights and then the whole front bumper is different from this year to the 2015 through 17. At first, I wasn't really a fan of this bumper or this style in general, but seeing this in person, I gotta say that body lines, everything on it does look mean. Like compared to the front headlights, how crisp and sharp they look. As you can see, this car is on drag radials in the back and slicks up front. This car is stage 1. Right? Yeah, performance pack 1. This car is a performance pack 1. There are 2 different levels. This being a performance 1, this does not have the magnetic ride, but the suspension is overall different than the 2015 through 17. The difference between the Performance Pack 1 and Performance Pack 2 is, one, the chin splitter is different. The Performance 2 does come with a magnetic ride, bigger wheels altogether, and then it's supposed to be compared to the Shelby, and it's supposed to handle just as well. Now let's go and let's check out the interior.
They have base, but they have an upgraded base, so that's what this is. This is an upgraded base. That's why it doesn't have leather or anything, but it does have the screen, and it comes with the toggle switches.
Mm-hmm.
The premium is the one that comes with the digital gauges, and it has leather obviously and everything else. So that's the major difference. That's why this one doesn't have the gauges. Everybody thinks that came standard on them. Like, nah, you have to get the higher end one, and I think optioned out with the performance pack, it's about like 50 G's. So that's why I was like, hell no, like I'm not getting that. And they didn't have it. Like, I would have to wait for it, and I didn't want to wait. I was just impatient.
As you can see, the interior is mostly the same.
Pretty much the same. Nothing really changed. Even on the basic gauges, come with like a little halo. See. Probably have to turn on the lights to see it. Once the lights come on the dash, so you can change the color on the numbers, and you can change the color on the little halos around them. So that's the only difference as far as this from like your year. Now, if you have the premium, then yeah, you have the digital gauges, which is completely different. See, right now this is street. I'm getting, like, overall, I've gone throughout the 4,000 miles that I put on it, I have 13 miles per gallon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already improved. But when I actually try to, like, okay, let me try to be fuel efficient and not step on it, it'll give me really good mileage. It'll give me like 15, 16 on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I was getting like 9 on my yellow car. So yeah, it improved it a lot. And I'm guessing that's probably the 10-speed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'd be the same if it was stick shift.
Then these cars, when they're manual, do they come with the 10-speed as well, or is it?
No, it's I mean, obviously stick shift. It's the same 6-speed. Well, it's not the same 6-speed, but it's a 6-speed. They improved it. I think it's twin disc clutch, and I think the ratios changed on the 6 speeds. So I mean, they made it a little bit better, but I haven't seen anybody break one yet, but it's still MT82, so I'm sure it's gonna break.
Who did your tuning for this car?
Addiction. Eddie at Addiction.
Did they have any complications or anything? with the tuning?
I believe he did on his personal car because he bought one to R&D, obviously. I think he was having a little problems with the shift points. He didn't like the way his car was shifted when he took it the first time out to the track. So it took a while for him to like actually give the okay to like, all right, bring it, we'll tune it. I was bugging him like, not daily, but I was bugging him every chance I get. Like, hey, what's up with the tunes? What's up with the tunes? You ready? You ready? And finally he was like, yeah, okay, cool. I guess he got it to where he was comfortable enough to say, I'll release my tunes or whatever to whoever wants.
What did it make dynoed?
I didn't dyno it stock, so I have no idea. I think his personal car dyno like at 425 or 427, something like that. Was it that? You know what? Don't quote me on that because I honestly don't remember, but off the top of my head, but I know it dyno pretty high. And then when he did 85, I think it dyno like at 445 or something like that. And I never dynoed mine. I did it E85, just no intake first. I never dynoed it like that. After that, we did the intake. It dynoed at 467. So
dang. Now, as the drivability, when you're comparing it to the 2015, would you say the suspension overall is better?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's better. I guess it's kind of tough for me to compare it because I did so much to the suspension of my 15. I mean, I went like a drag setup, and I mean the thing, you hit a bump, and oh my god, it felt like my S197 did, and you know I wasn't happy with how uncomfortable the ride was. Stock for stock, I want to say they're the same thing. I mean, it's the same. My performance pack is the same thing as the performance pack that I had before. The performance pack 2 is the one that's gonna be like, you know, okay, the badass suspension that's gonna handle it awesome. But as far as comfort, they feel about the same.
Just from off that pull, the shifts compared to like my auto,
they're very aggressive.
Very aggressive. My car is boom. You feel that delay. This car, you don't really feel it. The thing just goes.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a combination of the 10-speed and the base cars don't have it that I know of. But I mean, this is a base car, but it's a 301A package. I guess they offer like an upgraded base version now, which is the one that comes with the screen. If you have regular base, it doesn't come with the screen. It has that little small 3-inch display or whatever. And when you get the one with the screen, it comes with the toggle switches and it has drag mode. So when you put it in normal mode, it doesn't feel that aggressive. And I mean, you know, anybody who has a regular base is probably like, you know, not gonna get that feeling, you know, because you can't get it off of just tuning. I mean. But like the guys that I know that have got tuned from Addiction, like, yeah, their cars don't feel the same. There's one guy that has a regular base one, and it doesn't feel the same in normal mode than it does in drag mode. Like if we put it in normal, like, yeah, it's the shifts don't feel like that, like not even close. I mean, you still feel the power, but you don't feel the shift as aggressive as it does in drag mode. Power's there, but that's the version that was it Car and Driver, whatever magazine that got that fast 0 to 60 time or whatever. That's how they got it, because the car had drag mode. And you know, it just, the stick shift ones aren't gonna compare. Like, I mean, you could be a badass driver, but
the stick shift's never gonna shift as fast.
Like that, no. And that's why I went auto. Like a lot of people were like, I was a stick shift guy. I've always been a stick shift guy. I've had autos in the past, and just my experience, my autos have always been way faster than my stick shift cars, and more. I don't want to say reliable, but you know, it's just they didn't break. My stick shift car like broke just about everything. nothing in the drivetrain of that car that was original. You know what I mean? I was squeezing. We ended up losing compression in one of the cylinders, so it got a new motor. It got a new trans because I broke the trans. Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
That's just comes from being stick shift. Like, I mean, that's what's gonna happen if you're gonna drag race. If you're just gonna street it or do roll racing, I don't think you'll have those problems. But me, I'm a drag guy, so I'm a quarter mile guy. And yeah, that's just what comes with the territory.
So at the drag strip, you said this car went 11.2.
Yeah. It went 11.2 up in Bakersfield. Also, it's fast to me. I mean, maybe some people that's not impressive in 11.2, but you're talking about a car that has a colder intake.
Yeah.
And tune, you know.
So there goes my review of the 2018. My channel's a bit different. I just don't show you how the car looks and then what it says on paper. I show you cars that are modded, people who they put some abuse on them, you know. And this car, it's a beast overall. Again, I mean, if it's boosted versus this car is gonna lose. But naturally aspirated, this car, it books, it does what it needs to do.